Hey, namaste, guys. It's Coach Viv here, and I am filming this live, so please excuse any ums and ahs. It is much, much faster for me to just go live, but this one is a little bit different. So most of you are going to catch us on the replay because this is not my usual time. So what I wanted to share with you today, so as I said, life can be hard, but I just wanted to have something for you, and I really wanted to share this. So I went crystal shopping, so I want to share this crystal with you and share a little bit about it that I think you guys might be interested in, okay? So I'm going to show you the crystal, and then I do have a story that connects with me buying it that I didn't know. Basically, that kind of confirmed what I was reading in this book. And I also will give you a brief review of this book, Healing Crystals, the Illustrated Directory of Healing Crystals. And I'll put a link below to Amazon. It's a book I've had for a while. It's actually faded. The cover's faded a little bit. I've had it probably for about 10 years. So you guys know, and I've said before, I love crystals. I have crystals, especially on my altar, but I don't typically, in the past, I haven't dived into them that much, but that's changing. So I wanted to share that with you. So I was drawn, I went into this crystal shop, and I bought several crystals. I'm going to make videos about them, but this particular one just really called to me. So I want to show it to you now. I'm going to unveil it, and then I'll tell you about this really interesting and odd coincidence with its meaning. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? So it's this pink with this black, very, very shiny. So it's rhodonite. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly because, yeah, this wasn't like I didn't go in looking for this crystal. So I'll hold it up again. Oop, that's weird. It looks like if I hold it right in front of the camera, then it doesn't fit on it. It's really beautiful. You guys know how a camera can't always capture the beauty of something. And so it's a smooth, tumbled stone. It's palm size. So I want to tell you a little bit about it. And this is from this book. As I said, because it's not a crystal that I was familiar with. So I just want to tell you what jumped out at me and then share my personal experience, which I think you'll find interesting. So it's associated with the planet Venus. And again, you know, color has a lot to do with it. Like this pink and the black just like drew me across the room. So the planet is Venus. Do you want to guess what chakra? I mean, I think the main chakra, but then I have an idea on this. Let's see in the chat. What do you guys think? What chakra would you think? So I definitely got heart, and doing my research, yes, it was heart, but also what I got, again, my personal, because I'll separate my personal from what I've researched. I was like, whoa, root chakra, root and heart. And I found that, yes, others saying the same thing. So the pink, the heart, but the blackness, the depth of it is very root chakra and one other chakra. Now, this is my own esoteric background. The black is also linked very much with the kidneys. Black and the color blue are linked in many traditions with kidney energy because it has to do with water and the depth of water where it's so deep you can't like see into it. So not like Caribbean water, not like that crystal clear, but more blue and black is like symbolic of water and thus links it with the sacral chakra. Now, if you know, the root and the sacral chakra are so close in our bodies that what affects one affects the other. So yeah, if you're looking for a stone that is grounding, like the energy I'm getting from it is very, very grounding, very like to help stabilize you, especially if you've had a lot of heartache. And interestingly, so then I'm looking up the meaning. So first I bought the stone, you guys, and so this is what I want to share with you. And I have it written down. Let's see. So it's linked with the heart chakra. And many people also say the root, which is what I'm getting as well. But it prevents you, it's useful as a stone to work with to prevent you from repeating mistakes that hurt you before and that you could be drawn to repeat again. And when I read that, I was like, okay, I see that, because I'm in a situation now where I have pulled out of some negativity. Okay, give me a yes if you've done that recently. But it's very seductive to want to go back into these kind of relationship situations out of love for people who are maybe toxic is all I'm going to say, right? And so when I read that, I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's really interesting. And I didn't know that. And the other thing, and this is really weird, so stick with me. I bought the stone. I bring it home. I'm looking it up in here. And I want to find, it's interesting. It's on page 108. And many of you know 108 is a very significant spiritual number. But the other thing it says that it's helpful for, get this, the rhodonite. I'm just going to read it to you because it's just so wild. Rhodonite can be used as a focus for sending positive energies to people injured or made homeless by war or hurt by buried landmines. And that blew me away. Here's why. Like, this is really bizarre. Just last night, you guys, you know how YouTube is. You're on YouTube with me. You know how it is. They suggest stuff. I went down the rabbit hole and just was seeing something that's happening right now where people are on the Polish border, much like what happens here in the US. There are people trying to enter Poland through a former Soviet Union country. And I can't remember, you guys. I really can't remember what the country was. It really appears that that leader is telling people, hey, come into my country. He's using people as refugees, literally as a political weapon. So he's letting them go through his country, bringing them to Poland, to another country's borders. And so these people, you guys, are literally caught between soldiers on one side and soldiers on another. You can imagine, and I know this is happening around the world, right? Historically, there's war, there's hatred, there's strife. And so it really touched me and I had a lot of emotions about it. And then the next day, so that was day before yesterday. And then the next day I go and get a crystal and bring it home. And it's like, oh, this is helpful for sending energy to people who are made homeless by war. So this is the type of thing when you sort of like, oh yeah, crystals, they're pretty, but I don't know, these different meanings. Tell me that that's just not, it's so specific. It's so specific. Like, I know I was feeling that. I know I was watching this video and getting very upset at these people. They have their kids with them, as many refugees do, and the kids are sick, and it's Poland, so it's cold. It's not like they're even in a warm place. And I just really felt for them, and yet in these countries kind of using them, as weapons, basically. And yeah, then the stone draws me. So what I want to share with you guys before I just do a quick book review is, don't think of crystals as just beautiful objects. And I am studying more, and I'll be sharing more with you. But a teacher that I'm studying with says they have a consciousness. And for me, I have to tap into it. And I think for many people who are just like, oh, this is such, BS, it's so woo-woo, not everyone feels it. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. In the same way that some people don't relate to animals. Like, I have a dear friend who doesn't really like animals. He just doesn't. Nice person, good heart. Animals do nothing for him. Me, ever since a little kid, I've just loved animals. When I found out that we eat pigs, I was like, okay, this is going off topic. But I literally saw this pig. I just thought it was like the sweetest thing. And I was really young. I remember it. And then they told me, well, we're going to eat the pig. And I was like really upset. On that note, I am not a vegan yet, but quite, don't eat very much meat at all. But anyway, so I think it's okay if some people don't relate to the consciousness of crystals. And that's what I'm trying to say. Think of them, they have a consciousness in the same way that a plant has a consciousness, right? It does. So not everybody relates to them, but you have to meditate with them. You have to hold them. You have to look at them and just tune in. And I haven't honestly done that yet with this stone. So I will, but I want to tell you, let me know if you're interested. Let me put my glasses on so I can read your chat. Let me know if you're interested in how I cleanse this particular crystal. Give me a yes if you are. And then I'm just going to show you this book that you may be interested in getting. Get it from your library. I think I got it from a used bookstore. Let me know. Give me a yes if you want me to just share how I cleanse this particular stone when I brought it home. And this was per my own sort of internal guidance. Oh, hi, Selena. I did not get anything. Selena, what you could do. Hi, my dear. Here, let me give you. Just do assistant. I hope I'm spelling assistant right, because that would mess it up. It's assistant at intheflowofmagic.com. That should get you there. How did I cleanse this crystal? Again, trust your intuition. Short of putting a crystal into a waterfall, which I've done, and it's just really powerful, like a flowing waterfall. I set this crystal, because you have to remember, when you buy a crystal, it's been through many hands, and not just literally hands touching it, because probably not, it's in a big box, but it's traveled from where it was pulled out of the earth. It's been stored. So what I did, just to clear any previous energy, is I just set it into the earth. I brought it home. I set it on my lawn in the earth, touching the earth, and the sun was beaming on it. It was just really beautiful. The intention that if the earth can't take that energy, then there's not going to be a stronger way. I then took it inside after several hours, and I did a salt water. This crystal was fine with salt water. I did a salt water cleansing, and I could also feel it, like that was good. And then spirit, this is something a little weird. I then took like a natural oil. It might have been olive, but I think I had sesame, and I just, got it into my hands and just rubbed that in and then wiped it off. And then it felt like, okay, this is now for you. You can work with this. So yeah, the fact that it has to do with people made homeless by war, when the day before I was, sad about that, is just really interesting to me. Okay. Everything has consciousness. Everything has, a particular awareness, is how we would say, different than ours, of course. So let me show you this book, and then I'll just take any questions. And like I said, because I'm filming live, excuse any ums and ahs, and you're not going to see any other pretty pictures or music, because when you're live, you can't do that. I mean, you could actually. I think there's a way where I can have background music, but it's pretty fancy. So let me show you inside this book. Yeah, it takes a lot to do that. What's interesting, you guys, this book organizes by color. I liked that because I am so visual. So I'm like, well, if I don't know the name of the stone, I just know what color it is, right? So here's like the turquoise page, right? Just to give you a look inside it, see if you might be interested in it. So I brought it purely, so I'm in the purple part. So here's like amethyst. Here's what it shows like. Isn't that a gorgeous like geode or whatever? That's beautiful, right? And then the information, and I want to tell you a little bit of the information it gives now that I got my glasses on. It gives you the planet. It links it with the chakra, a guardian angel. It depends what you're interested in. It gives you the herbs, incenses, oils, flowers that are associated with the crystal. So it gives a lot for each crystal. So let me show you a couple more. So this is from the green chapter. This is green fluorite. And yeah, I mean, I've always been drawn to crystals, but I am feeling now that I'm going to go deeper. And so I'll share that with you. Here's, of course, many of us love rose quartz and pink tourmaline. So here's like what it, I hope the color's okay, guys. I got a lot of light on, so it might be a little washed out. Okay. So this is the illustrated directory of healing crystals. I will put a link below as soon as the stream ends. Here's its amber chapter. So it's got a lot of sample images. I know, of course, now, yeah, you can look everything up on the internet, but I personally, let me know if you're like this. I like having, what if the internet goes down, people? I just like having actual books. And of course, you can always look stuff up on the internet. But what you have to remember, typically also with a book, and not a lot of people will tell you this anymore, typically a book has more research behind it. Somebody has proofed it, and if it's gone through a publisher, there's editing, they look at the content, and that makes a difference. Versus on the internet, I mean, it could, you don't know, it's somebody in their mom's basement, I'm just saying, who may know nothing, who puts it up. Here's like jasper, like you'll see how beautiful. So I just liked being able to really see nice images of the stone. Yeah. And all that, the information they give. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. I'm not going to go real long. Yeah. So Selena, yeah. Oh, the name of the book. So hang on, if you're going to get it or you're even going to look at it, wait till I end the stream and I'm going to put a link. I'm going to put my Amazon link. So yeah, the illustrated directory of healing crystals. There are a lot of crystal books. So, this is just one I like, and it gives you 150 crystals. You could get one that gives you 500 crystals, but it gives you the most common. It has really served me well. Here's like the front page, the directory. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, I'm a sucker for beauty. So I chose it because it was a very pretty book. Like I said, organized by color, but you can also look it up. Hold on. There is an index where you can look up the crystal by name. So, but to me, it was common sense. It's like, I may not know what this brown crystal is or this like green, but it's got, I don't know, it's green and it's blue. So here's the smoky quartz, which, as I've said to you guys before, I'm just really drawn to smoky quartz. And then when I read about it, it has a lot of properties that make sense that I would be drawn to it. So yeah, this is rhodonite, heart chakra, and root. I feel it very stabilizing. And with so much strife in the world and so many people having to leave their countries because of war in whatever continent, this might be a good crystal to work with and just send energy and prayer that way. So again, it's this idea that they're amplifiers. I'm sure you guys know that, I mean, they use crystals in industry, like they're used for specific properties in industry. So why isn't it possible to skeptics? Why isn't it possible that they have metaphysical properties as well that, you know, science is not tapped into? So that's, you know, that's all I'm saying. So yeah, isn't this gorgeous? Yeah. And it fits nicely in my palm. I like stones that are just like palm size. So I'm going to do more. I'll share with you. I got about 4 or 5 other crystals, and I will do videos on those sprinkled in. And let me just look at your questions, and then I'm going to sign off. So yeah, hi, Royal Beauties. Janae, Allison, Selena. Yeah, Selena, is there a way? Yes, and Selena, yeah, you can find the information in the book. Yeah, because like I said, this was not a stone I was familiar with. I chose it intuitively, which is what I recommend. I recommend you guys even, you know, be safe. I don't know where you're living. Some of us, our country is still having more trouble with COVID. Some of us may be more susceptible. I mean, that's just a fact. To those who say there's nothing, you know, I've had 2 family members come down with COVID. It hits certain ethnicities, depends where you live, it depends what strain. Okay, so it's a real thing. I don't think I have to tell any of you out there. I'm just going to say, I notice most Black folks where I live are wearing masks. Okay, they're like, yeah, I'm not going to take any chances. What the hell? So yeah, I forgot what I was going to say about that. Yeah. But go in person. That's what I was going to say. If you can safely go in person, it's nice to be able to touch the crystal. I've even just seen a lot of people online. Oh, I bought this crystal. Now I don't know if it's real. And I don't like buying it at a distance. I don't like that. I like to be able to go in, pick it up, touch it, sniff it. You know, it just feels like a better way if this is something you're bringing into your home. So that's my opinion. So yeah, Selena, is there a way where I could contact you? Just email assistant at In the Flow of Magic. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, let me put the link below. And yes, I've noticed over the years they have deleted some passages from books for mass reproduction. Lady Owl, tell me what you mean. Yes, I mean, of course, passages will be deleted from books. Yeah, absolutely. What I was saying, though, is a book will tend to go into more depth than an article on a blog or a website. That's just a fact, because it's very easy to put up an article, you guys. So it's a low barrier to entry. Anyone can write it, versus a book. Typically, the person has to either have a certain reputation. It's just harder to put out a book, and a book gets vetted. A book goes through more hands in terms of the information, and it just typically has more depth. That's all I was saying with that. Of course, you could supplement it with internet search, and there are some good sites for sure. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. I'm going to do more crystal videos. And again, just think of them as having a consciousness. Hold them. I might do a meditation. I might do just for this particular stone, or I might do one in general. But what I recommend is just simply, as I said, really look at it. Look at the patterns, feel the energy, and try to just put your focus on the particular crystal. And of course, there is the concept that you can work with them for a particular intention. Now, of course, different stones have their energy, for certain things, right? So you want to work with the energy. It's just like saying, if you want to ski, you've got to go somewhere where there's snow, right? So different crystals have different energies. So as I said, very much heart and root, and bringing in the sacral, and just feels very grounding to me. Very different, I would say, than just rose quartz. Rose quartz feels a little bit lighter. This definitely has a more grounded feeling to it. A bit like obsidian, but with that heart energy. So I hope this was helpful. And yeah, and give me 2 minutes to find the link on Amazon. It does support the channel. Yeah, especially if you're going to shop for Christmas, use my link. And I will see you soon. Yeah, if you have any questions, head on over to my website. It's intheflowofmagic.com. I do readings. I've been doing more readings. I've cut some things down. I found that the readings are really giving people really good information, and not just information, but breakthroughs, emotional breakthroughs, you guys. So I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying them quite a bit. I have half-hour readings and I have 55 minutes. I always go over. I'm not promising you that I'll go over, because I may be booked like back to back, but I typically at least go a little bit over. So I do think, I've had clients now from Africa, America, Europe, but mostly the US. But I love it when I get international folks. It's really cool. If we can figure out our time zone. So yeah, Lady Owl. Okay, I just want to read Lady Owl. Books from the 80s. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, different editions absolutely will change. Oh, you guys, look at this. Beautiful. This is watermelon tourmaline. Look at this picture. Look at this picture of it. Isn't that beautiful? Can you catch how it almost looks like meat there? It looks like a bit, because it's not getting the purple is really subtle. It almost looks like they cut a steak. But it's watermelon. That's watermelon tourmaline. So yeah, check out this book. Get it used. I'm a big believer in just in terms of, you don't have to get something new, especially if it's in good condition. Why not? And so I just want to close, just sending you energy, sending you love. And just all together, if we can keep our vibration high. I was going to do a video about protecting our mind and kind of do just a guy who drinks tea. I love him, Heinz. I was just going to do a talking video talking about that, but I'm going to close with that. We need to protect our minds right now. I do believe that there is spiritual warfare. You guys know me. I try to avoid I don't want to put people in any kind of fear, but there is definitely a spiritual warfare going on. And what I mean by that is that if you can maintain your vibration, don't let pundits, politicians, leaders, I won't say from where, various types of leaders who want to get you very fearful. What you have to say to yourself, anybody watching this, is, why do they want me to be afraid? We're easy to control as humans when we come from fear. Okay. Yeah. Catherine, different stones. Again, I'm not a physician. Absolutely, do all your medical stuff. Different crystals are linked with helping with different ailments. It does go into that in this book. Okay. So again, give me 3 minutes and once the video ends, I will put the link. But what was I saying? Oh my gosh, I got thrown off. Hi, Tracy. Guard your mind. Guard your mind. There's a lot of fear-mongering happening, and I really feel that there are forces that want to keep us fearful, angry, scared, like this, a little bit trembling and not in our power. So again, just really hear what I'm saying and take a few deep breaths in with me. Come back to your center, connect with Spirit, the divine, the Most High, Great Spirit. The name really doesn't matter. Many people argue over this. They argue about I'm sure you've heard the phrase, the path. There are many paths up the mountain, right? Like, how did you get there? Oh, I went up this way. I went up that way. But watch for those who want to keep you fearful, who want to disturb your peace of mind. Guard your peace at all costs is how I want to close the video. Guard your peace at all costs, because I really feel right now there is a lot of low vibration people. There's a lot of low vibration energies. There's a lot of, and it's almost trying to pull you in. And it can be very, very hard to not succumb to that. So I just want to put that out there. Like I said, that was really what I was going to talk about. Just talking to the camera, but I decided to share this crystal with you and a little bit about that. And crystals, especially for those of you who are sensitive, can be a way for you to, I find smoky quartz very grounding, very calming. Just there's something about smoky quartz. Also, snowflake obsidian. I've mentioned I adore snowflake obsidian. It's jet black with like white. It looks like white snowflakes. Very similar to this, but with instead of pink, it would be white, and they look like little snowflakes sort of melting. So do whatever you can to keep your peace. Guard your peace. Guard your mind. You're welcome, Catherine, Allison, Lady Owl. Thank you so much. Mwah. Stay blissed and blessed. Bye bye.